still play Sejuani here with like a Jax. You know, there's a lot of picks that synergize really well with it, and it's decent into the Jarvan. I'm gonna go for the Nocturne instead, it looks like here. So, I mean, how much more global can this comp really get? Galio top, blind. And say, Sivir, you only got one spell shield, good luck!
You know?
Yeah, they're just gonna play Cassante.
Yeah. You know, shout out to Chronicler, Malphite's biggest fan.
Well, I mean, I guess when Nocturne turns the lights off, you can't really see where you're supposed to ult.
Back in. Peanut is still going to flash and is still going to die, giving the first blood over to Kingin. They pointed out by Jonah Strong that Lehens had taunted over the wall and was going for this nice little wraparound. Gets behind him. Peanut has to flash before the taunt in order to have any chance of making it.
Yeah, he at level 1 can't flag drag out of that one. I don't know if Zeus should take responsibility for his jungler dying, but, you know. Nobody wants to take responsibility about this.
Peanut's like, I'm very scared of this guy, and Gideon had a ward in the brush thing that Jace holds while also holding a potion.
This is one of those Lishen's moments we were talking about, by the way. Like, this isn't going to be a solo kill, but hammer, and he continues with his business.
He's got to throw it really far in the air. No stun here from Zeka. The rocks weren't on the ground, so he just... Gideon's even taking the red.
I don't know if Peanut can be here.
He agrees, actually. So that's, yeah, he just flag dragged over the wall.
If that fear goes off, he's like not able to flag drag there.
Can he be here though? I don't know. And totally just disrespecting the potential vision. Peanut will get punished.
Probably kind of a low value play there from Nongshim.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they're quite in the right spot. Now we got the root coming down and the Kaisa to join and the Talia on top. Lehens, no flash, used it
whatsoever.
All right,
all back up.
Trying to get in there. Gonna get the flash out of Zeka.
This, but they certainly want to try to make a play, and now with Lehens aggressively posturing, maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah, Gio might be in a bit of trouble here, and this is the thing about the Jarvan, you have to flash it if you're Sivir.
Yeah, well, not yet.
Not yet, yeah, there's a streak of 1 at the moment. No spell shield there, might be his doom, but the mega escape.
They can force fights on their terms right now. It's so hard to rotate in. Speaking of forcing fights.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the taunt down, Peanut.
I don't know if that's quite it. We'll cut off some of the Nongshim members temporarily.
We had a TP coming in, HLE committing to this one. The taunt comes down and Peanut can't do anything. He just kind of dies as the engage is decent, but it's still looking good for Nongshim until Viper gets into that backline, assassinates 2, but now he's getting pretty low and Nongshim, the rest of the team is just so healthy. Calyx frontlining on this rise. Maybe he gets punished by Zeus a little bit, but no, Zeus gonna get baited on in, and Gio untouched the entire fight, will be able to help the double kill go the way of Kingin. So they go for it, and ultimately it ends up being pretty good for Nongshim, as everybody grouping down on the bottom side. Nongshim TPing into this one, but the Cataclysm comes down and Kingin's just dead. And now we got a TP coming in here, but Calyx not able to do much, has to back away. Paranoia already used.
Yeah, that's not the side lane champion I'd be paranoiaing into.
He's just kind of running into the enemy team. He's going to go down. Could have ran south with Calyx. Instead, he decided not to.
Calyx also probably going to have a problem getting out here against this.
What did they mean by this, Wolf? I want you to break it down. There's no play-by-play here. It's just 3 people individually dying.
Come on, like, let's not waste it.
Just run there.
Gideon's in,
this keeps happening. Gideon just kind of getting caught out. We do have the paranoia, but that's another kill going over to Viper, and he's looking for number 2. Not quite going to get it. Oh, now he's going in, gets the kill, flashes away, and immediately dies. Spirit of Jackie Love.
Yeah, Jackie Love would have gone for it. That's a light.
Yeah, okay, they're going for the engage, but this looks pretty good for Nongshim, although Cassante does exist. Trying to take down Zeka, and not quite able to, actually. They do get to light, but that's just the support. Zeus does pick up a kill.
Behind or something. But like, if they tried to play towards pushing the Talia out, maybe look for a Baron. And in fact, because of these split backs here, there is kind of a timing.
Yeah, they're just gonna go in on the delight. I think he just dies. Very unfortunate for him there. Zeus also gonna TP into this one. Giant Shock Blast gonna hit Viper. The wall's coming in as Helmalave say, we are committed. There's no way they're going to take
They have to turn
3v5, right? That's the knockback, though. In they go. They burst down one, essentially, as the shield is huge, though, and in goes Viper, immediately going to cleanse, trying to do this 1v5. And eventually, Calyx just is going to take him down. That's the end of that. Zeka, though, doing a lot of damage. I think they still get the Baron here, though, as there you have it. Smoked down by Gideon. As HLE looking very desperate here.
You know, when we were at EWC, we talked to Finn, you know, quite a bit, Medios, Peanut. That
we didn't talk to Peanut too much.
We'll win the game for you, even if you don't have Baron, over time. Just don't make any mistakes in the interim.
Don't
make any mistakes in the interim!
He doesn't have his shield, and they're going to get away, just barely, but man, that's very scary. Barrier and flash used by two of the members of Notion.
I think without that paranoia, they probably are likely going to collapse onto him, but when the lights get turned off, it's a little bit tricky. As
flash on in from Zeka, wanted to get the flip back.
Some poke here, then they could run back or even realm war back to the Baron, but they want to fight, it looks like. And Zeus is now isolated.
Yep, just kind of priced into this one at this point. Noshim have to go for it as everything is looking at the backline, but the smite comes in, and Calyx goes in by himself, but it's actually a genius move as it distracts them. Delight's gonna go down. Calyx in a bit of trouble here, perhaps, but he just flashes away. In go Viper and his top laner, doing a ton of damage here. Gideon goes down. Nobody can get on top of Viper until this very moment. Jiwoo might just be able to do it as Viper goes invisible, but it's not quite enough. And Zeus, even with the Chemtech Soul, is not going to survive at the very end.
Hanwha Life get cut off by a Realm War flank as Delight looks to try to defend.
Yeah, just trying to clear the wave with that ult. Looks a little bit silly, but that's what they got to do. They're tanking up the turret. They don't have a wave. They're all super low. I don't know about this one, Nongshim. Oh, she was so close to losing his CA too. And now we got Zeka on the respawn, looking for anyone. Looks like he's gonna go to the top side here, but oh no, not the disengage cones. Gonna save them just barely.
They could have just gone for Baron, but they go for the end.
Maybe start Baron, not HLE.
Yeah, HLE definitely can, because Nongshim might have to back. They're so low. No TP on King and no Calyx TP, no Realm War. The Hanwha Life Esports don't have a ton of vision here. That the control ward is so frustrating, but now they can just Bloom Scry it, or Scry Bloom it rather, and go over and start taking this. I think the turn is really strong for them. They still have Cataclysm here. Zeus is just going to be able to hold the door. He's on the edge, and Hanwha Life with a turnaround.
Look at Calyx. Look at Calyx. He's running mid. He wants to Realm Warp. He's pinging it. He wants to Realm Warp in.
They only have 2 minions here.
I mean, if they get in there, you know, it's going to be huge. The rest of the team just trying to stop them from backing, and successful for now. The Realm Worm's coming in, and now TP's utilized. I think they might be a little bit too late, but let's see. The Cataclysm comes down. They just got to hit the Nexus, but the double stun comes in from Zeka, and the damage is not there for Nongshim. HLE clean it up, and they stop the gambit from Nongshim.
I just don't think this was the right call in any scenario. You lost, really, we messed up when you went for the end instead of the Baron. Trying to stop those backs against Baron-empowered recalls with the comp here from Hanwha Life. This is just not going to work. They don't have ways to stop the TP. And, I mean, I get the idea behind this. If they had a huge wave, maybe. But instead, they just get stopped. And Hanwha Life Esports will win the game in the end off of some really questionable decision-making here from Nongshim.
It was so close to Wolf. The Nexus was like half health. Oh, man.
That's a tragic loss.
It's a couple of games in a row where I felt like Notion were in a very good spot, and they just couldn't get it done. As in goes Gideon, might be able to take out the... Nope, he's not going to be able to. That's going to do it, guys. HLE, they get the victory from the jaws of defeat.